Alright guys, today what we're going to do is take a look at how you incorporate graphics, clip art, and text all in one. And you're looking at the screen of our day plans, and this is the ideas that we're going to cover today. Okay, most of them I'll be able to do online. Some of them I'll only be able to show you right in class when we have the Word 2003 version in front of us. But basically we're going to look at these things called auto shapes, all kinds of cool shapes that you can add. We'll add borders. We'll do some clip art, obviously. We'll do this idea called text boxes, which is kind of neat. Word art I'll probably have to show you at school in Word 2003, and we'll do another thing called drop caps, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that's basically our ideas that we're going to cover today. So like I did last time, I have online now Word, but it's the think free version. Okay, and what we'll do to start off is I'm going to reset my screen so it looks sort of like yours. And see down here at the bottom where it has the inches and the line number and stuff like that? Yours probably looks like that right now. And what we're going to do is add a drawing toolbar. Now at school, you basically, on the gray area up here, you right click and it says, okay, pick all the toolbars. In this program I'm using online, I have to go to View, Toolbars, and then you pick Drawing. Okay, and you get all these cute little things that show up down here. The first one I want to show you is called auto shapes, and auto shapes are cool. Sometimes you want to do these things. There's a bunch of them. I'm going to do stars and banners, and I'm going to pick that one right there, and I'm going to draw it up here. That's kind of cool, right? It's a starburst. Now why would you use that? You might want to put some words in front of it, or it's just kind of a cool little symbol to have when you're doing an essay. Now what can you do to it? Well, if you right click on it, you can format it. You can fill it in with a color. You can go down to the bottom where I'm going to go right now, and you can put like a shadow on it. Looks kind of neat, right? But it'd be nice to have some words in there too, right? So here's an example. Like this is test, but hold it. I'm going to put it right up there. Whoa, it disappeared. How come it's gone? There it is. Now how do you get it so it goes like in front of it or behind it, whatever way you want to think of it? Let's pretend I want the starburst there in that corner where my words were, and but I want it to go behind my words. So you right click, order, send behind text, and there's my text now, right? Isn't that cool? So and you could obviously make the words a lot fancier than that or whatever, but that could be one idea where you would use this thing called auto shapes, and then you would change the order of things. What else is down here that looks kind of cool? Lines. Sometimes you want to have arrows for pointing at something. So you might have a picture or something or some words, and you go, hey, look at that right there. And you draw a little arrow. All right, and then you can type the words down here. Then you just press enter to move down to where you want to type the words, right? So there's all kinds of neat things that you can do. And then you click here. If you don't like the way it is, you can move it down a bit. There's a little rotation thing here. You can rotate it. These things here, you can move them and put them wherever you want, okay, and you can rotate those also. So there's all kinds of neat things. Now you got to experiment, obviously, but there's a bunch of them here, and the ones that belong to Word 2003, there's actually more than what you see here on the screen right now. Okay, so that's our first idea. That's the idea called auto shapes. Our next idea is borders. Now you can add borders to the entire page or just to a paragraph that you're working on. I'm going to show you a little trick, because what I want to do, and this is going to happen on your assignment, you're going to have like a title on your assignment, right? And I'm just going to put down sample title page. Now watch what I do here though. I press enter, maybe even 2 enters, but I press enter to have some room underneath it. Then I cursor up back to my title, and what I want to do is draw a big line that goes across. Now how would you actually do that? I guess you could cheat and just press a whole bunch of dashes or something, but that would be stupid. It wouldn't look that good. What you do is what I'm going to show you right now. You first of all put yourself on the title. Now remember, you pressed enter a couple times, so there is room underneath it. Then you go to Format, Borders and Shading. You pick what you want to underline it with. I'm going to pick just a regular skinny black line. I'll maybe change the thickness of it a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit thicker. Change the color. Maybe I'll make it red. Okay, and then look what happens. I've got a blank canvas here, and I'm just going to press this. I'm not going to press these guys. You could, but I just want a line down here and nowhere else, and I want to apply it to the border of the paragraph. All right, I'm going to press OK, and there's your line. Okay, then after you've got your title, you can cursor down, and then keep typing and doing whatever you're going to do. All right, and you're going, sir, what was the big deal? Why did you have to press enter? Well, let me do this the wrong way, and I'll show you. Okay, so there's no extra spaces down. So I'm going to, again, center my title, but I'm not going to press enter this time. So look at, if I try to use the cursor, I can't go down. So I'm on this line, and you're going, okay, still don't get it. I don't know why you had to do it that way. So I'm going to go to borders and shading. I'm going to pick a border again. I'll pick a thickness. I'll pick a color. I'll pick green this time. And I'll make it go green down here, and then I'll press OK. Hey, cool. Line's there again. Now when I try to cursor down, it's not letting me. If you go, so just press enter. Look what happens. It moves it all down. So you have to do it the right way. You have to put your title there first, press enter a couple times, then cursor back up, and then do the underline. Okay, so next what we're going to do is add some clip art. Now you can add clip art two ways. There's some cute little things down here that you can use, or you can go to insert, and then you go to picture, clip art. Okay, now the one that I'm using on the internet, the web version, doesn't have as many pictures as you guys have at school, but let's pick one. Here's a cute little something. All right, we'll look at what it is. It'll load up hopefully in a second. Okay, so there's an image. Now what happens a lot with students when they don't really know how to use Word is they go, okay sir, I put this picture on it, but I want to move over to the right or the left or put it in the middle. You can't. All right, what you have to do is the following. Watch, I'm going to double click on it for a second. Whoa, format picture pops up. Now watch what I have to do. I have to go to layout. There's a bunch of different choices. I can pick square, I can pick behind, whatever. I'm going to pick this one right here. Just pick one of them. You have to pick something. Then you press OK. Now once you do that, now it moves around. If you don't do that, it won't move around. Now you can type a little bit. All right, notice how it goes around it. And that's sort of like one of the choices you had, right? So if you don't like that, you can go back and go, you know what, now that I understand what it means, I want it to be like maybe wrap it around a certain way, only at the bottom. It's up to you. You can go behind. There's all kinds of weird things you can do. But you have to press this first to make this move around. Okay, so it's a really important idea when you do graphics. Now, what if you want to use your own pictures? Because one of these pictures aren't that good. No problem. You go to Insert, Picture from a File. Okay, now this takes a few more seconds. Remember, I'm on the internet. What you do is you go to your computer. Now I'm using my computer at home, so I've got to go to my C drive, and then I'm going to go to my temp, and then I'm going to go into our school webpage site, and I think I got some pictures in here. I'll just pick something really, the crest, that's our school crest. There it is. That looks pretty good actually. Okay, and again, can't move it. You can't move it. You don't want it there. You have to double click, layout, pick some layout, and then you can move it wherever you want. Okay, so you can use the homemade clip art that comes with, Microsoft, or you can use your own. All right, and that's basically how you do it. Next is the text box, and again, you could go up here, insert, and pick a text box from there if you wanted to, or it's down here too. This time I'll press it from here, and a text box, almost like a picture. It's like a container where you're going to put stuff. And people usually use it to have an explanation of something. There's a text box, kind of cool, right? And then you could type stuff in it. All right, this would be like a little note that you want to really make stand out. Now, when you do a text box, it's kind of cool because you can do all kinds of neat things to it after. You can double click on it, and you can change the layout and stuff like that. But the color is, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it like a little bit of a color, right? And what else can you do? Can you add a shadow to it? Sure you can. All right. That's cool, right? You can make it stand out. What else? Can you change anything else about the text box? You can change the margins, obviously. You can do that layout stuff again. Let's see if it moves. Yeah, okay, you can move it anywhere you want to put it, and you make it really stand out. That looks really cool. So that's the basic idea of a text box. It's something that you want to really stand out in a story or an assignment or something like that. The next idea is kind of cool, and you see it sometimes in novels and stories you read for school. It's called a drop cap, and just to get you started on it, usually you have like a beginning of a story, let's say, or a chapter or a paragraph, and it says the, and then you type a bunch of stuff, right? Now watch what's going to happen. I'm just going to type a bunch of stuff, and what will happen in some of these fancy books or essays or magazines, they will accentuate just the first letter, but like crazy accentuate. Now watch what I'm going to do. I highlighted just the T, the first letter of the beginning of that paragraph, right? And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to press Format, and there's this word called drop cap, and I'm going to use this one right here. All right, now I'm going to press it, press OK. Isn't that neat? All right, so what happened is that T really stands out. Of course, this would just keep going around. I didn't really type it out properly. Same with this. But you'll see this sometimes in old stories or essays or things like that. That's called a drop cap. Right? And that's all it takes to make it. Now you can do it right at the beginning before you type, or you can do it after and come back and fix it. Okay, that's a quick introduction to integrating text with graphics. And just to finish up, I want to go through one idea one more time, because I teach this every year and students still don't get it right, so you make sure you pay attention. What we're going to do, again, one more time, is we're going to have a fancy title. And I'm going to try to make it look like the one you got to do for your assignment. So basically, here's what's going to happen. So on your assignment, right, you're going to have a title. And again, I'll center it, and I'll call this one this time Major Assignment, right? And this time what I want it to have is a top and bottom. Now you watch what Mr. Shirley did. I just pressed enter once or twice. Just press down so you go down. Then I'm going to come back up here. And I'm going to go back again to Format, Borders and Shading. This time we're going to get even fancier. I'm going to have a border on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to make it fairly thick. Alright, and I'm going to stick with black. But watch what I'm going to do. Press it there and there. It's going to be really cool. You'll see in a sec. So I'm going to press OK. Look at that. Okay. Now, I can cursor down. Beautiful. And I can still type whatever the rest of the assignment wants me to do. Alright, so you just got to realize that when you go like that, you have to make sure you press enter so you could go down. Alright, so that was a recap of just, I thought, the trickiest part. So we learned how to do auto shapes, how to do simple borders, that's what we're doing right there, how to do some clip art and move it around. A lot of students always forget that. How to do your text boxes, which are kind of a cool thing, and how to do drop caps. The only thing I didn't get a chance to show you here on this web version of Word is word art, which is kind of like the kind of 3D-ish kind of things that you can do in Word 2003, and I'll cover that in class.